Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Zola, and this is a new A24 film, which is based off of a story from a series of tweets and Reddit posts about a young woman named Zola who winds up meeting this other woman and goes on a crazy trip to Florida where they wind up getting into becoming sex workers and prostitution and pimps and holdups and all kinds of stuff. And this movie is nuts. It is crazy. And it is an electric, crazy roller coaster ride for like an hour and 27 minutes because this film isn't even that long. And you have director Janixa Bravo, who I hated the movie Lemon with, which was her previous film, which I'm like, when I just looked this up, I'm like, really? Which that film did not work for me at all. This film has a level of energy and attitude and flair about it that's just engrossing and really goes all in on this concept and this story and doesn't hold anything back. And Bravo does such a great job of bringing vibrance and making interesting choices throughout the film. Now, I do have to say some of the issues that I do have with the film, specifically with the screenplay, is like there's a really funny sequence here where we start to get another character's perspective on everything. That scene really works. It's funny, but it didn't feel natural in where it wound up being in the film. So like how the story was structured was a little off and made it veer off and feel unfocused leading into the climax of the film. And this film has striking visuals, the color palette's great, the camera work is great, the music, cinematography, the sound, everything is just firing on all cylinders. This is a really funny movie. I laughed a lot. There's a lot of situational humor and visual humor in terms of how the film is directed. And the characters are so crazy and over the top. There's these little asides where you'll have Zola, our main character, having these little comments off to the side that are really funny, adding context to this crazy couple of days that she spends in Miami Beach. And there's definitely some suspense. There's one particular scene that is intense. It goes there in terms of this film is portraying the dangers. It's a cautionary tale, the dangers of putting yourself out there as a woman because it's potentially easy and dangerous to get caught up in sex trafficking, and this film shows that and warns you about that and how you can be abused and used by men and other women in many different situations. And you have this one particular scene that is so gross and so violating, and it just works so well to hit the gravity of the themes and the ideas in this film. And this film really goes there. There is a prostitution montage at one point in this film, and you see a lot of male genitalia of all shapes and sizes, and some are a little concerning. But you have that in this film. It's that kind of experience, and it goes there. Taylor Page, who plays Zola, is fantastic in this film. She's commanding. Her presence in the film really works. She has some vulnerable scenes. That one particular scene I mentioned before that was very violating. Her acting in it is fantastic. The disgust, the vulnerability, the fear, it all works. She has a stiff upper lip. She is challenging. She's a strong woman. You have Riley Keough's character who is just is out there. And the way that she speaks is very much like taking over black culture and is really uncomfortable to watch. But Riley Keough is so committed to this performance, and it works perfectly so well for what it's supposed to be doing, that her performance is incredible. And then you have Nicholas Braun, who is our lovely Derek, who is Riley Keough's Stephanie, her boyfriend, who's total cuckold, complete idiot. And he plays that so well. He like channels that energy that he has in Succession into this film. And then you have Coleman Domingo, who plays this pimp who's involved here, and his performance is really committed, all over the place in terms of how he's playing off of each character, and he's really impressive and so memorable in this film. This is one of those kinds of films where you're going to be thinking about this for days afterwards, because there's so much in it. And narratively, it might not be the most focused or perfectly structured, and some might find it like, what was the point of this? I felt like the themes and thematically how it played out was really important and really captured the absurdity of this lifestyle and also the dangers of getting involved in these kinds of things. And I was really impressed by this film. Bravo did a great job. She brings an amazing vision to this film, and I wouldn't recommend this to everybody. There's an older white couple who walked out after 5 minutes in my theater watching this. It's that kind of movie. But if you're ready to go all in on this mayhem and craziness and road trip, check out this film. But those are my thoughts on Zola. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.